Alright guys, so this next hand fighting technique, we're going to do wrist and thumb block. Learned this while I was at the Lehigh Valley Wrestling Club. And a lot of it is just controlling your opponent and kind of feeling his reactions on things, right? So again, whenever I engage my opponent, I like getting close, and then I like starting at the wrist. Start at the wrist because now I can climb up and just feel where his reactions are. With this wrist, I'll just kind of grab it, not too aggressively because I don't want him to think that I'm going into a shot, but kind of get him uncomfortable, and he's really just going to wrist fight, and then I can just grab the other wrist. And same thing, we'll be a little bit of fight there. I like progressing to a wrist and thumb block because now I got to kind of force him. And again, same thing. I want this back leg strong, this front leg nice and light, and I'll just put pressure into him and see how he reacts. Right? If he starts to drive back in aggressively, I can drop to the shot, but just kind of gauges on his reactions on things. So again, it's another way to feel your opponent, see what they're looking to do depending on what your hand fighting is. Again, wrist might be a little bit of a wrist fight, so going back and forth until you get control. And then once I feel like I have control of the wrist, I'm going to do a thumb block. I'll pull this wrist a little bit in. Again, my leg's nice and relaxed, but I'm pulling this in as I push this away. And I'm going to keep driving towards this thumb block and see how he reacts. Right? If he starts to drive back in, he's driving back into me, and then I can drop to a shot. But it's a good way to hold off your opponent, right? Because the idea in hand fighting is making sure he doesn't have a free hand to attack, or just open up my attacks as well. So right now I'm controlling his wrist, so I know his attack hand is that right hand. I'm controlling that wrist and thumb blocking the far side, so I can get that pressure back and drop to a shot. On this angle over here, same thing. We're gonna go nice and tight, grab the wrist, playing this game a little bit till I finally feel like I have control, and then we're gonna do this thumb block. And this back leg is gonna drive in, create pressure, and then again, he pushes back. As he pushes back into me, I can let go of that thumb block, drop to a shot, or I can go drag. But again, this is home base right here. Another way to start your hand fighting: wrist, thumb block, my head's in here, and I'm keeping my hips under me. I always like to keep my hips facing my opponent, so I know he's in front of me, and I can, be offensively and defensively depending on where the scramble takes us. So again, this wrist control, this thumb block, I'm driving in. If he drives back into me, I can drop to a shot. But again, it's another good hand fighting technique that you can start from and work on to different movements.